the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. For the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter.
Hey, let's go. Yo, is this thing on? We live?
We live, baby.
Let's get it. Yo, it's your boy Biggs. Not the notorious one, not Mr. Biggs, but I'm somewhere in between. And I'm going to just take the time to introduce my comrades.
Yeah, it's your boy Frankie 5 Aces in the building. Back again, once again, time and time again with my two comrades. We just here figuring it out with the few. Happy for you all to be joining us.
Absolutely.
You got Goldie tapping in, checking in. You know what I'm saying? Something like that old school Max Julian with that modern twist. You feel me?
Hey, let's go, man. So, yeah, like Frankie said, y'all are rocking with the few. This is going to be episode 3. Got something real good for y'all, man. $1 million worth of game. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow, man. Great episode with Meek Mill, where they drop a lot of gems. So we just want to figure some of this out. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. We appreciate y'all. And with that said, Ace, you can go ahead and roll the video.
One of the girls being so nice to us, I was like, man, y'all better pray, man. It's going wrong, going right in y'all motherfucking household. Y'all know what's going on out here. Everybody was on a plane like nobody really had real faith. Nobody.
Faith in what? That their household was right?
Yeah, that they ladies was holding it down. Like, the times are so rough.
Yo,
the times are rough,
pause that, bro.
The times are so rough.
Yo, listen. If you can't be away from your girl for a period of time without worrying if she's gonna give up the ass, then you probably shouldn't be with her, my guy. I just wanted to throw that one out there, man. They on the plane stressing. Y'all supposed to be traveling and having a good time. Worrying about what's going on back at home, man. I don't know. They might want to reconsider.
Run out to go grab a gallon of milk. You come back, somebody, what's your jaw?
Yeah.
That easy?
That easy?
How, bro?
Houseway.
How, my guy? Yeah, I totally agree, man. I mean, trust is huge, right? You can't trust your Jones. Keep her leg closed, my nigga.
Why you out on the business?
That's not your Joan. That's not your girl.
She for the streets.
I mean, the crazy thing is, man, outside's so ridiculous that you won't even know these days, man. I mean, you could have the best John ever, And she waiting for that trip. She waiting on it more than you are. You feel me? Like you about to have some fun, go with the homies, fellas trip and all that. She been waiting on that joint for a year, and she gonna let that whole year out in that week or 2 days or however long she got. You know what I mean? Come back like nothing happened. You know, it's a cycle till you catch it. You know, I will say that. But before that, outside is just crazy, man.
That's nasty, man. That's nasty. Oh
Ski
man.
Fozo.
Yep, you can go ahead and roll the video, bro.
You know,
Do you think Instagram promote this independence of just be turning up, be a lit girl, be a city girl, and just fuck everything is about me right now?
what you say? Say it
Do
again.
you think that the internet promote that to where as though you have as a man, you got to have a fear in you because it's encouraging, do you be this to the women?
Yeah, you know, they got these little pages out now. They gassing them bitches to the highest extent. Oh yeah, fuck that nigga. Yeah, go get his friend. Go do that. All right, go ahead, do whatever you want. Let's see who's gonna marry your ass.
But a lot of
Oh,
times it ain't
pause
nothing
that,
but a
bro.
bunch of miserable.
Listen, what y'all think about that, man? About Wallow question.
It's deep, right? It's deep. I
I
mean,
gotta
what
go with yes.
Yeah, I would definitely have to go with yes too, man. I would have to. What were you saying, Ace?
No, I'm thinking more about it. He's saying these social media pages, not the social media companies themselves, right? So there are these lit pages, I guess. I'm trying to think what pages could he be talking about?
Yeah, nah, that's a great question. That's a great
Specifically.
question. I mean, now there definitely are sections, certain sections of Instagram that promote this level up, you know, do whatever you want mindset. And in all honesty, it's cool, like do you, but you don't see the other side, right? Like there are consequences to living this way. But we really do have pages like the dude, who was that? Justin LeBoy, right? Super duper popular page, straight panders to girls, bro, and it just fosters this fake reality. Can we pull? Do we have any of his memes or his
We
page?
actually do.
Oh, all right.
And they're not in any particular order, but here's one.
What does that say?
You think I'm a freak now? Wait till you pay my bills. What's up with the
Mm.
otter? What's up with
Is that what that is? An
why
otter?
is yo Goldie? Why is there an otter here? That's random as hell. But
Yeah.
I heard, man. I have no idea.
so he's saying that this is the type of content that'll make women be more promiscuous. It's promoting it. It's
Mhm.
really hypergamous, not even promiscuous. It's
Right.
hypergamous, right? I mean, but what Wallow was saying makes it sound more about promiscuity.
Mhm.
Are we gonna assume that promiscuity and hypergamy are
I think they go hand in hand.
interrelated in this case? Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I wouldn't conflate the two. Like they're, we can distinguish them, but they definitely, they tend to go hand in hand. Like if your girl, you get cheated on 9 times out of 10, like it's a dude that has something that you might not necessarily have. You know what I mean? It's something that she wants. You know what I mean? Which is basically hypergamy.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, but
I
back to
mean,
that. I'm sorry, what were you saying, bro?
I follow Fashion Nova, and I know they're definitely like, you know, pro hyper. They're like pro woman. Like go get that bag, sis. Like
Yeah,
fuck
like
that
female
nigga. Da, da,
empowerment.
da. Yeah, exactly. Or quote unquote, right?
Hmm.
And in that case, and I dare say in every case that this exists, it's probably to get money out of bitches' pockets, right? Like that's
Hmm.
probably
Yeah.
all of this stuff that they're rah shit. It's like they know they're susceptible to that kind of behavior, so they use that kind of psychology on them to get them to spend on whatever that might be. I think that's more plausible than it just being like pure social programming just for the sake of social programming. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, I mean that would make sense. That would definitely make sense for there to be a motive. And money is always a motivation, right? So but even back to that, you think I'm a freak now, wait till you pay my bills. It's like, damn, so if I ain't paying your bills, I'm about to get some bullshit sex. I'm getting a hand job until I pay some bills, huh?
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, there is a little bit of truth to that. Like, if you holding it down and you doing your thing, things are always better. In the bedroom and just in general. So I get it. Things are always going to be better than if you bumming it up. But you probably could have said it a little. a little different.
A little nicer. These bitches need some decorum. They need some cooth.
Exactly. Bro. Exactly. Do we have any other memes?
We do. Boom. Seen my girl's DMs and been on my best behavior ever since. These blue check millionaire demons ain't playing.
Ooh.
Whew.
Yeah. And
Yikes.
hypergamy is real, man. Tell her to get rid of it. And also explain to her. I would explain, like, look, man, that's cool, that's cute. Like, if she's trying to rub it in your face, all these dudes want to do is hit and run. You know what I'm saying? So you can go ahead and run your body count up and end up worthless. Be out here on these streets. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, don't no real dude want a girl that's out here just getting hit by a bunch of dudes. So you can go ahead and see what's up. You know what I mean? You got Future in your DMs or whatever. You can mess around, be a 12th baby mom, but ultimately see where that gets you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. But I feel like my instinct here is that some bitches kind of play the long game, such that like, think about it. Like, there's some random guy. He's like middle high value, right? Probably makes like around 100K a year. Probably has some stock holdings, assets, all that stuff. Not like a multimillionaire or entertainer or whatever. But she's, if the woman's actually with the guy and she feels like her place is secure in some sense, then why would she gamble that with like a potential what could mostly amount to like a one night stand with like a Drake or a Future, right? Like, I feel like
It's the hype shit. I mean, it's all about the hype shit.
Yeah, like what was that situation with Drake's when Drake had slept with that the singer, right? Who was what? She was engaged for like 7 years, and we were together for X amount of years, and he pretty much like broke her whole thing up, or broke their whole thing up, and she risked it all to be with Drake for
after
a night.
being engaged for 7 years, is there really that much to risk?
Yeah, I
Right.
know that was definitely something going on.
How the fuck you
That
engaged for
situation.
7 years, nigga?
That thing been on ice for a minute. Yeah,
Yo.
there's definitely commitment issues on. I don't know who's in, but yeah, you engaged for 7 years.
Joan was kind of hot though, right? She was kind of bad, right?
Bruh,
I can't recall. But if she was, then maybe she was the one saying, you know what, we could make another year. COVID,
yeah, just waiting for an opportunity to get around some artists, some popular guys to.
And then Drake DM'd her, and it was
to
like,
level up.
bing,
Yep, there
Eureka.
it is. Yep, Eureka. That's what I've been waiting for. That's exactly the moment her moment came to be.
Yeah, interesting. That's a hot take, right? Like, girls having their own your girl having an Instagram, and this gives those kind of guys access to her, hypothetically, right? So shoot, that's interesting. Yeah, we got more LeBoy tweets. Boom.
Booty. Wow. Okay.
I'll share my location with my man and still cheat. I don't give a. That's grimy as hell.
That's what I'm saying. So to answer your question, Wallow, absolutely, bro. Yeah, that like this is crazy. I'll share my location with my man and still cheat. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, that made my stomach hurt.
Yeah, that's real savage, like right there. Real savage, like.
Who are the guys that are putting up with this?
They out here, bro. The same ones that's going on these pages and liking all these girls' pics and sliding in the DMs and all that. It's just the simps.
The simps.
Yeah, there's
simps.
The simps.
The
Not
simpletons.
The not the Simpsons. The simps.
Simps actually got banned on Twitch, so I hope we don't get struck.
Oh, so that word got banned on Twitch?
It got banned on Twitch.
Yeah,
Can you believe that shit?
Yeah, because the female Twitch streamers, a lot of guys was catching slack, and they were calling, I guess, their audience simps. I mean, basically that's what they were doing, and they probably like, no, y'all messing our money up. So
they deserve to be shamed.
Nah,
they should be. But this is some next level. This is some next level evil right here, man.
It is. I mean,
wait, but this is a guy. This is a guy tweeting that. Like, I'm confused. Like, is he saying this?
No, I don't think he's saying that. I think
he's stealing tweets.
He's probably just stealing tweets. He's probably just stealing tweets. I mean, I feel like if you even have to have your girl share her location, then that is an issue. Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, right. Sharing locations, is that a red flag?
That is absolutely a red flag.
That's kind of counterintuitive.
What's that?
That's kind of counterintuitive. Like if she does share her location out, you would think that that's like disclosure, like that's
Right.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying that this is actually, in fact, a red flag.
If you initiated it yourself, right? Like if she did it, then yeah. I mean, I whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever the situation might be. Like maybe it's a guy that has trust issues, and she's like, all right, I'll do this for you. But if a situation had taken place that triggered that idea, like, yo, I'm gonna need your location moving forward. Yeah, that's for me. That's a red flag.
He said, I gotta start putting tabs on this.
Exactly. Like for me, that's the beginning of the end. For sure. Just
Yeah, I gotta agree. If you feel like you can't trust her whereabouts,
mm-hmm.
it's a wrap. You gotta let that joint go, bro. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
I
let
mean, a
that
lot of
bird
it
go,
though,
man.
chicks be using that shit to kind of like mask what they doing, like it's purposeful. You'll have these joints out here in the modern day outside times. They'll put the location up, encourage it, so that when they doing they dirt, your mind is put to rest. I mean, you really got to shift it now because they the new niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like they is moving the way we did, and they only think they sharper at it, so they more aggressive. Nah, they are in the outside sense because that's what they do. It's like I'm gonna share my location so that when I say I'm work, she might throw the phone in the backseat of the truck or the car, whatever she got, and slide off a homie with the phone in the whip so that you still think she at work. I mean, that's the way they giving it up. And that type of Instagram posts really like, and at some point we'll dive into comments and stuff like that, on a later date. But when you see what women chime in, that's what gives me that perspective. That's the funniest part about it. It ain't me saying it, it's how the woman on there that's saying it. They chime in, they agree with this thing. It's kind of like how they want to live now, or at least kind of how they think they want to live. They hit that wall. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, yeah, that's an interesting perspective right there. I didn't look at it like that. So in other words, they use it as a mechanism to kind of deter any sort of any sort of paranoia, right? They're like, yo, you don't have anything to worry about. It's
To
a
build
kind of
trust. It's like,
yeah.
That's sick, man.
That is.
It's funny because you said they the new niggas now. And
so for example, I'll just go into a couple. But one of the most common words you'll see that like women that kind of dive into it and support the posts and stuff like that say is cousin's house. You see that reoccur a lot of the times. It's like, oh, I was at my cousin's house. Oh, sleep over at my cousin's house. You know what I'm saying? Like whole T, she might have went over to her cousin's crib, dropped off that jack, and then she was outside. You know what I'm saying? So, or
make sure that's even her
the
real
first
cousin.
side, cousin in on it. Yeah, there
Exactly.
go the last one. The straw that broke the camel's back, man. That might be best friend, and you cracking a brother, like
God, brother.
So yeah, exactly. So for real, like I think it's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. Like as men, not putting ourselves in position where we got to be asking the chick for a location in the first place. You know what I mean? But then it's also that underlying issue that they really moving crazy outside, and that's the byproduct of it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Nah, that's real, man. Do we have anything else? Or
Yeah.
what we got?
Being single is boring. Dating is stressful, and hoeing is risky. What should I do? Damn, she's confused.
Ah, man. Decisions. What y'all think?
You know what? Even from a guy's perspective, this is kind of real. Well, not really, because being single is not really boring.
It's not really boring. Yeah, not
boring.
Us. That ain't boring. Not at all.
Not boring. I recant.
Yeah,
Is this how it is for girls? That's how they feel?
Probably.
Being boring, yeah, because being single and hoeing are two different things.
Right.
Are they? Wait, hold on. This is throwing me for a loop now.
Is hoeing and being single
Being
one and the
single
same?
is boring. I mean, she's bifurcating them right now, so they got to be two different things. Being single is boring. Dating is stressful. Hoeing is risky. Yeah, marriage is not on here.
Nah, marriage,
They-
marriage is the last thing on
these are the three options.
these girls' minds. Yeah, those are the options, man. You know,
Damn, these bitches be miserable, huh?
yeah, I can't call it. Yeah, being single is boring. I mean, I guess, focusing on yourself and personal growth and development is,
Are they not built like that?
I guess not.
Because we will do that, right? Niggas
Yeah,
will
that's what you
hyperbolic time
should.
taper and shit.
Yeah, 100%, man. Niggas will learn how to play chess. You know what I'm saying? Find a tree, find a new skill, all kind of shit, man. If you're single, you know.
That's
But
interesting.
hoeing is definitely risky. You run the risk of getting knocked up. Go catching the disease.
Game over.
Game over. Yeah, so definitely. But is dating really that stressful though?
That's a good question. Oh, for women maybe.
Oh yeah,
Is
for
it?
women for sure. I was just asking in general. That was like a
Yeah,
general.
why is dating stressful? What's that about?
Man, shoot.
I
Man,
think
what's up?
there's connotations attached to them. I think those words is like, and I'm gonna keep referencing outside. Like I look at that John, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the face value, and then it's the outside connotations to it. Right now, dating and them is dating 10 niggas, so of course it's stressful. You know what I'm saying? They got one
Yo, what?
See, I ain't look at it like that.
you know, they got one that's paying bills,
Bro, that's hoeing.
one that's
Yeah,
on a
that's
maintenance man tip, one that's
That's not
coming, but
hoeing?
they don't distinguish it in their brain until they letting the dude hit.
So what's
So
hoeing then?
again,
Yeah,
they
what's
do this
hoeing then?
thing where they got their ex that's selling it. Again, for them, probably smashing the dude. I mean, again, outside connotations of it now is they date. For them, seeing 10 niggas at once ain't a problem. That ain't hoeing. It's until they letting dude smash, and then they consider it hoeing. And they
Gotcha.
just reinforce that and encourage each other. Like, oh, your ex hitting, your new man hitting, and the homie from the one night stand at the club that just had a little bread on them hit. And then they'll get with their friends and they'll tell her, oh, you single. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like they take the
So
words
to
and
like
flip between
justify
them.
it, like,
So
oh,
of
you
course it's
single.
stressful. Yup. So really, I look at it and say it's all the same to them. Because when they get caught hoeing, it's I'm single. And when they single, it's I'm dating until they start hoeing. And then it's just I'm single all over again. I mean, Jones, I'm telling you, outside is a dangerous place, man. You know what I mean? What Meek saying at the beginning of the John? I mean about let me say.
He said I'm doing some stressing. He said there's on that PJ shit.
Yeah,
Stressing.
It's hard out
he
here.
was stressing.
It's
Yeah,
rough out
It's
here.
hard out
yeah,
here. That's what it was. I mean, it's rough out here. Yeah.
It's rough out here.
Mm-hmm.
That's out of pocket.
That is, man. That is. All right, we can get back to the video, man. Just maybe rewind it.
It's literally one more.
Okay, cool. What we got?
Flat. Giving that cat up is not revenge because after you get fucked, then what? Oof.
A little dose of reality right there, man. A little different than the other ones.
But, well, what's the point of revenge? You want to hurt the nigga's feelings? I think that will. I think that will get to a nigga.
Man, it will, but
Niggas gotta get the last laugh though.
yeah, 100%. And the way I would look at it, like I would rationalize it, like, well, you just running your body count up, and the dude that you're smashing, like, there's no future there. If he knows that you're doing it just for revenge, at least the way I would look at it, like if a girl's trying to sleep with me to get revenge on her ex, it's like, all right, this is your character. Like it speaks to your character. One, you know what I mean, and two, it's just, I'm not really looking to get into a relationship with a girl that just got out of a relationship, and you got all that extra baggage, So don't tell me that A, you just getting out of a relationship, and B, that this is revenge sex right here, because I mean, for me, it's literally just gonna be sex. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like niggas gonna judge you, like, yo, this how you moving, this how you carrying it,
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. Have you ever been? Have you ever seen a situation where, a girl will try to sleep with one guy to really like try to make another guy like her? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like she likes the one guy, but she'll talk to his friend to get the other guy's attention.
I
I feel
mean,
like this is similar.
yeah, that's very counter productive though. Like that's not gonna help your cause.
It should.
Yeah, like I've never like looked at one of my homies' girls and was like, oh, like I want her because she's talking to my man.
Yeah.
Ever.
Definitely dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah. So I guess we can. Yeah.
Bitches, they ain't got nothing going on, shouting that shit out.
Oh wait, should I play it?
And one
I
thing,
play on them pages, but I don't want no girl that's on them pages.
no,
Facts.
But that's okay. So he'll use them for sex, but not for long-term relationships.
More girls need to hear that because they think that is lit. That's where it's at. They don't understand, man. Like the snipers is out here.
Do they really not know? Like
I don't think they know, bro.
Are they under the impression that they're like the special one? You
Yes.
know, like Meek slides in your DMs, you're like, I'm gonna change this man. Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't get it.
It's the influence. You know what I mean? The influence of social media to circle back, like to what Wallow had said in the beginning, like everywhere they turn, they either encouraged or influenced. You know, and there's a pass on all types of whole behavior. And then any sort of like whole activity is backed up by woman empowerment. So they empower each other to go out and do these things. So I think maybe they look at it like what you got to lose, you know. And then there's that undertone of like, oh, I could change him. I think that just riddles around their head. You know, it makes no sense. It's not logical. But when you go on social media and everyone's telling you that it could happen, and then you see these other couples and you post goals all day, I think that's where it comes from. Truthfully, man, that's what I would say about it.
Yeah, it's just again like even to circle back to the whole, like to consequences. It's like if you want to, like these women, they want to live like men traditionally did. I mean, it's cool in the beginning while you're young, but it's going to come to a time where you want to settle down. And this is just game for the woman out there. One of the most important things, when it comes down to qualifying for a partner for men is your body count. You know what I mean? Like if you done slept with the whole city, you really for the streets. And guys don't want that. We don't want to be, in a bar, at a club. We're just out and about, and I'm with you. We together, and this dude looking at us kind of funny, or you looking at this guy kind of funny, or it's just awkward vibes when this particular person is around, and it happens on several occasions. Like that is absolutely not what a guy wants to deal with. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare for sure. Like you don't ever want to. I mean, even if you see my girl like too much, I'm like, like I feel like my honor is being attacked at that point. Like it's a sense of honor thing for me. Like I don't. And you know what? The crazy thing is, I've actually been in a situation where like it was me and a guy, and then like he ended up talking to a John that I've been with or talked to, and I can always tell like, damn, you see my girl naked. Like like it's always like a type of weird vibe to it. And it's crazy because like we were cool beforehand,
right?
But after that, it's like things can never be right after that in a way. So I can only imagine if like you have to deal with that. How can the people respect you? Everybody done know your girl history and everybody been around her and like, I feel like it reflects badly on the man, and I think the man knows it and he can't help but like feel like his honor is being threatened in that situation. I think it's a matter of honor.
And they'll call it insecurity too. It's not insecurity. It's just how we're designed. And like you said, like we do have an honor system, some more than others, but it is innate. It's innate. So I agree.
Yeah. Goldie, what's your take on that?
You there, bro? You might be muted.
And yeah, you on mute, bro.
No. I'm here. I mean, my take on it is like, if you choosing to be with a chick, right? Part of it gotta be, you know, this thought of like having a prize, right? You know, not to say that they're a prize, but like you want to think you got something other people can't get or don't got access to. You know what I'm saying? You put it all out there, and anybody know what your chick look like, know what she working with, know what she got to offer. I mean, it kind of take away from that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see a scenario where I'm like really digging the chick that's outside or that's out there. Like, you know, I'd rather let the streets have it. That's my take on it.
Yeah, Goldie, I agree 100%. And that, you know, men, like, we want the woman that's the prize, right? And part of being a prize is being a woman that not a lot of men had access to. And also, you know, what comes to mind was interesting is that, like, it's the opposite dynamic. Like, for men, we the prize if we have a lot of women who are interested in us. Whereas, you know, how we look at women, it's like, you're not necessarily a prize because you have a lot of, you know, men who are interested in you. It's more so just like your package, how you carry yourself. Obviously, you have to be attractive, but also just, you know, your background, you know, what you got going on.
Mhm.
So
That is interesting, right? We have different signals for value across genders. I feel like, or across sexes. I'm not going to use genders because you know that's a specific term, but across sexes, right? You know, like I think it was Jason Black who was talking about this, that women can't, they're not like good at picking men actually. Like in
terrible,
reality
terrible.
they're really bad at choosing future kind
We
of
got to
male
go back to
partners.
arranged marriages. Yeah, that's a whole nother
But
thing.
them Jones don't break though. See, that's the crazy part. They be married for 90 years, still
Facts.
humping each other and be happy as hell.
Mhm.
But he was saying, yeah, women don't know how to pick guys. So I guess they pick based on what other women, like a herd mentality type of situation,
Mm.
which I never really thought about.
The herd
But
mentality
That's
is
that
real.
clout. That's that clout stepping in.
is that clout? Yeah.
It's the cloud.
That's that clout stepping in right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A
Have y'all ever
a
been?
chick,
Oh, no, go ahead, Goldie.
what?
No, go ahead, Goldie.
Nah, I'm sure. Go ahead. We gonna roll into it. Trust me. Go ahead. Throw it out. I
I was
guarantee
gonna
that
ask.
size in the
I was gonna
mind.
ask you guys if you ever been the new kid in school. Like, if you ever experienced.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
if you're the new kid in school, all of the girls like you, right? And like one girl might like you because you're the new guy, and then instantly, like the rest of them will follow. And then there's for whatever reason, like that's always been a trend. That's something that I observed as, you know, when I was young. And there'll be another guy who's a new kid, and then, you know, it's all about this guy, you know, and he could look whatever which way. Like, that don't even matter. Like, that don't even matter. We're not even gonna get into that. But it's just the fact that he knew that one girl likes him, and then another girl likes him, and then the rest likes him too. Like, I can't be the only one that have, like, that's observed that.
Man, I've witnessed this also. Not necessarily with the new kid syndrome, but like a girl might not be into a guy, and I've seen it where like maybe the guy tries to talk to the girl, she doesn't really want to give him a chance. Like she's like on the fence. How does AMS put it? She has like mild interest or like medium interest interest level.
Right.
But then once like her homegirl is like, oh, who's that? Oh, I'm trying to talk to him. Da da da. Then it's like ultra high interest, right? Like I can't let this other girl have him. Da, da, da.
Then they're territorial over it. You know what I mean?
Competition
Like I
anxiety.
found the first type shit.
Real. What was that, Goldie?
No, I was saying, yeah, they get damn near territorial over it too. Like you just curved. Let your best friend want to holler. It's like, nah, that's mine. It's like, since when? You even got your jack. Like, since when? You feel me?
Very strange phenomenon.
Word. I only roll this.
I'll tell you all the way true.
All you
I would
girls
fuck
on
on
the
a girl
meme
on that
pages?
page, but I ain't.
Right.
I don't want no girl with that type of mind frame.
But I don't want
And
no,
they tell on themselves when they liking
I
shit.
would never deal with a woman that's advertising her ass.
Look, a guy could they
That's
put up
just
on the
me.
page, oh yeah, I need to suck some dick today. You know what I do? I go to the likes. Let me see whatever girl like this picture right here. I'm about to send her a DM right. It's common sense.
This nigga is a savage and a predator. Like that.
To the highest degree. I just wish like this should be mandatory for like modern girls to watch. Like, they all need to see this, man.
That's true.
For real. Because he's not the only one that thinks like this. He's not. I'm sure
I feel
majority of
like
the blue
this is
check guys think like that.
Yeah, I hope not. That's like ultra. Like I can see if you just happen to get Johns like in your day to day, like you just willy nilly, serendipitously, like girls just fall on you, whatever. But if you're like going out of your way to like make schemes and shit, to, like manipulate it and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like try to find them when they're vulnerable, like like I don't know. I feel like this is kind of conniving on a level that if I was, you know, if I think if I was Meek Mill, then like would that be necessary? Would that be
Right.
that?
Yeah. That's true.
But just
Nah,
curious.
that's sniping, man. That's sniping
Sniping.
right there. That's how you
So it's for
snipe. You
sport,
feel me? 100%. Because why
and
you
my man
going?
is an
I mean,
apex predator, apex competitor.
we always went by a line like it's a lot more people, or let me sum it up to like, it's somebody getting a lot more for a lot less, or I get a lot more for a lot less. You know what I'm saying? If you can get more for less, why not? If you're gonna be sniping anyway, you might as well pick out the joint that's yelling out, pick me. She a bad joint. She gonna be liking stuff like that. Slime in DM. So what's up? She say yeah. Boom. Over done with. On to the next. If it's a prerogative to be sniping in the first place, oh yeah, you go through the likes, figure out which one the easy lick, and that's why chicks need to be hyper aware of these things when making the decisions they make.
Dang.
Nah, that's a fact, man. But I just didn't know cats were this strategic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was really trying to communicate. Like this man is mad tactical about this, and I'm like, like
He's like,
seriously,
I go on these pages and look at who liking them.
that's some next level shit, right? That's some next level game. I can't even hold you.
It is, bro. You
Mhm.
go ahead,
You just like the meme that said, "Oh yeah, I need to suck on something today." I done seen my homies girls like this joint up. What the fuck? What y'all talking about? Why y'all let me see this?
Right.
Your girlfriend on my girl on Instagram. I used to have girls that be naked. My girl on Instagram. I'm sitting here looking at my homie phone. He scrolling past my girl with her ass all out. He acting like he ain't see it, but I know he's seen it. I don't see his girl ass every day, but he get a chance to see my girl ass, panties on Instagram. That's kind of degrading.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we was just saying, right? I feel like that's
Mhm.
what
Yeah,
he said.
pretty much. I mean, so let me ask y'all, man, like, how would y'all feel about y'all women, being on social media?
Just in general.
No, ass out.
Oh, the fuck out of here! Right? Like, not. It can't happen for me. Sorry, no, you can't. You can't be my girl and be doing thirst traps. It's just not. Nope, ain't happening.
Yeah, it's a no for
I
me,
like
though.
to think that, it's definitely a no for me. The way I look at it, you know, you want that type of attention, or if my attention for those type of assets that you got was enough, you'll be content with what we do in the bedroom and then how we handle it or whatever it is. If you need other people to look at you and give you validation based off of your assets, then you looking for that type of attention from other males, go get it. Because at the end of the day, it just keeps getting deeper. It go from posting pics to DM jumping. It go from ignoring DMs to responding to DMs. It go from responding to DMs to being laid on your back, and then coming back to me because I'm the guy with the stability, whatever the case may be. So, nah, if you extra for the gram, I invite you to stay there and try your luck. You know what I'm saying? But not in the household. Hell no.
So if you're in a relationship, like, what kind of pictures are allowed and what aren't allowed, right? So maybe
I
not
mean, let's.
necessarily bikini pictures, but what, spandex tights, or is that a no? Crop tops or
I
not?
mean, bikini on the beach is a bikini on the beach to a certain degree. That's not always the third shop I want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it went from bikinis to just brown panties straight up, to just nipples out straight up, to just when we take these pictures, poke the ass out. There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say a chick gotta have on sweats and a hoodie every single time she posts. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. But you ain't always gotta hit that little side pose they do with the poke out. I mean, you're just giving people more to look at that ain't really all that necessary. You want to post on the beach, do it. You ain't gotta do it in that manner. I mean, think about it. If we were to flip it, we won't go around pulling everything we got on off and taking pictures. I mean, everybody got a notion of what decent is. I would just like for the pictures that she posts to be decent, you know. rather than just showing off every single thing she got to offer.
Yeah, I mean, you said like a bikini shot is sometimes just a bikini shot. Nah, I'm not really even feeling that. I feel like it's like a certain type of energy. If the picture's not really artistic in any sense, or if it's not like really classy, like a woman can be like could dress sexy but dress classy at the same time. Like I feel like that is possible to pull off. But spandex, lingerie, like these are not really what I associate with that. So I would take a hard no. Very stringent screening process for Instagram posts around here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I don't look. I don't. The visibility is the visibility. Like you're going to be able to see it, whether it's intentional, like it's a thirst trap, or she's on a beach. Like,
Right.
I just don't want that. Like, I don't want niggas seeing my girl's stomach. You know what I mean? Whether she posting a thirst trap or she's laying on the beach, I don't want niggas seeing her ass in a bikini. Regardless of what their intentions are, like I just wouldn't want that kind of attention brought to my lady.
Why not? Let's push it. What's the reason?
I mean, the reason for me would be like I just understanding, hypergamy, and what can come of it, what could potentially like come of it. You know what I mean? Like if the right dude coming along, shit, we done seen it happen time and time again. Like shit, they mind might get to thinking a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, look, let me see what this is about. Let me see what that's about. Like, oh, that's looking kind of interesting over there. Now all of a sudden, little arguments, cropping up. You know what I mean? Like little petty bullshit going on, just creating reasons to, take breaks and all of that. You know what I mean? Because of the kind of pictures that they were posting that was, garnering this kind of attention, that got their mind of thinking. So that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And then just, also, I don't know, just off of principle. Just off of principle. I don't want, you know what I mean? Even like me personally, I don't even worry about other guys, right? It's just I know what can happen because I've seen it happen. But again, just off principle, like, no, you're not fucking posting your body online. Like, period. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about it too, man. It's just like a personal thing. I don't worry about other guys at all. It just doesn't really. I never had that issue. I think I'm kind of repellent to it, but specifically like having access, like visual access to my lady, like I don't like that. It doesn't sit well with me at all. I feel like that's the primary reason for a lot of guys. It's just like as a guy, you have some kind of uh like pride about it, about who you deal with, and it's just contrary to them having like anything less than the highest exclusivity for you alone. Anything outside of that is an affront and an offense. That's how I take it.
Where all right, we can go ahead and roll the video.
And I mean, I don't, and I ain't judging people that I just don't want that. I'm in chaos. I'm in social media all day myself.
Me personally, you couldn't be my girl and be in your panties on Instagram unless you're getting paid for it.
You could be getting paid for it. Minimize
No,
that
you
shit
get paid for it if you a Victoria's Secret model. Bring them fucking checks in.
It don't make me feel good.
Pause that real fast. Yeah, I mean, me, nah, bro. Like, we gonna have to find another way. In fact, we have to find another way to make some money.
She got to learn the code.
She got to learn the code. Yeah, exactly. She got to learn the code. Yeah, for real. She better get her CDLs or something. You know what I mean?
CDL.
It's just like, and just as a man, like me personally, like if my woman has to show her ass to get money, like I'm not doing a good enough job.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I fucked up. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
You failed.
Big time.
Mission failed, bro. It's crazy the enthusiasm.
A lot of times the chicks that's doing that type of stuff.
All you, bro.
Yeah, a lot of times the chicks that's doing that type of stuff ain't got no interest in being held down anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like they just use, You know, they'll use whatever excuse they can make up. Oh, I'm working. There's other jobs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's time to make my money. Oh, you're being controlling. It's never about really none of that. I mean, the chick just like attention. And, you know, like Big was saying earlier, that attention come with other things. So it would behoove a gentleman to not want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, ain't rooted in insecurity. It's just knowing the playing field. You know, handling things the right way.
Mm.
Exactly. I mean, again, I'm not particularly worried about anybody, but I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? So you know the possibilities. Like you know that it's an option. It's something that can go down.
What my girl ass look like. I don't.
If I mess with a chick that's a model and that's what your lifestyle depend on, you taking pictures in panties and bra and you making millions of dollars, flick it the fuck up.
Yeah, of course.
Get your money.
But on the regular day, don't throw no shit up with no panties
no,
on in the
but that's-
bed like no
that's-
regular little grand.
Wallow's like, y'all niggas wallow.
That's a thirst trap.
Yeah, it's all common sense. Like I watch everybody public relationships. Let's put this on record. It's like it's repetitive.
Mhm.
As soon as y'all break up, bathing suit pictures, y'all got y'all ass out. See, this is the guys like us. We're gonna attack y'all in these situations, and we're gonna do a lot of shit to break you down, and not actually aim to break you down, but to get past all that, because we know you going through it. We know you trying to get your lick back, what you call it, from a nigga that you felt like he hurt you. But we don't ever fucking think we on your side. We ain't on your fucking side. He hurt you. We ain't trying to get him back.
Right.
He ain't do nothing to us.
Right.
But don't think we don't see when your vulnerable points. When you break up with your nigga, you on Instagram and showing
Acting
your
like you're
ass all
happy,
day.
taking pictures all day.
Go ahead and pause
Putting
it real
up
fast, bro. Something I just thought about. It's, you know, they think that you know, we out here, we on their side, right? And Meek made a good point, like, yo, I don't got a dog in the fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here for the I'm just on my sniper shit, you know. And I think that's what a lot of females really fail to understand. Like, most of these guys really just want the ass, and that's a fact. And they think they have all these options, man. Like they really look at, like, even, you know, if they got a bunch of guys, high value guys in their DMs, like their options, right? And that is really not the case. I mean, they options for some pipe, but that's really it. That's really it. And I can remember back at time, you know, when I was running around, and there was a girl that referred to me as an option, right? And I'm like, man, she has no idea. Like, I'm not an option. Like, I'm really, like, I'm off the market, low key. Like, I'm just out here doing shit that I shouldn't be doing. But I'm really not an option, you know. And you know, man, really guys out here like us that's single, man. Like, for the most part, you know, guys are gonna be wiped up whether they tell you or not. You know what I mean? So I be trying to explain to girls every chance I get, like, man, look, if you got a dude, a good dude, stay with him, because, I mean, out here on these streets, you lunch me for real.
It seems kind of incredulous that they wouldn't know this, though. Still, to me, that doesn't sound right. Right? Like, why would they believe that Meek Mill would, like, wife them in any way? You know, like, why? You know, I don't
Why
get that.
wouldn't they, bro? They got a bunch of guys, and that just goes back to the simps, bro. That goes back to the simps. You know, they got this inflated sense of value, self-value, and it's due to, like, the simps and just this whole, like, female empowerment culture that we see today. Like, why wouldn't they, bro? Like, the same way you got women running around with their stomachs out, they fat, overweight, and they think they cute, they think they pretty. You know what I mean? It's just a whole, like, society of delusion. There's a lot of that going on.
Clown world for sure.
And we can't forget about the Jones that's actually out here doing it strictly for status. You know, they get a kick out of saying that somebody with some sort of blue check or status was up next to them, wear it as a badge of honor. You know, they fold into the mix too. And then they encourage the chicks that may actually be more inclined to find a husband to do the opposite based on the lifestyle they receive for a couple good nights. So we got to attach them to the conversation also, because it comes from a lot of chicks envying the girls that are traveling and wearing a designer and getting a bag and having these fun lives. Then they look at their life and go, oh, maybe I got to get with a rapper. So let one of them be your best friend. That best friend is going to encourage it. If anything, maybe pass. If we talking Meek, maybe she the one passing you off to O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple of them that do it strictly off of that status and wear it as a badge of honor. and then influence the other woman into thinking that that's the way to be, with no regard for the ring at all. And that's probably the bigger issue. You know what I mean? From my
I think
perspective.
status games are probably a very plausible explanation for this. I like that.
No, I agree with that, Goldie. And I definitely I feel like single women keep women single. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and you got them women who they know that what they're doing is wrong, right? And they might feel that way. So misery loves company. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I wouldn't even want my woman hanging around a single woman like that, because it's like, for example, if you rich, you know, and you got a bunch of broke dudes hanging around you, if they ain't really trying to better themselves or better their position, they probably bring you down. So I feel like it's the same for women who are maybe married, hanging around single women. Like, if they ain't peeping game, trying to see what you're doing to keep your man and all that, and 9 times out of 10, they ain't
Yeah.
throwing you in the bullshit.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Front.
Because if you was fucking with him for 4 years, I ain't gonna do the shit. I'm trying to fuck, and I hope that we could build and become like a structure or have a bond somewhere where we become like
When I call you, you
a
get this dick.
situation.
Fuck buddies.
When these niggas sending these DMs, they ain't sending no DMs like, you the prettiest girl, you the love of my life. I just met my wife at first sight. No, niggas sending these DMs blitz.
Yeah,
These DMs are not like, nah, I seen love at first sight, and I'm about to come pick this girl from work every day. I love her.
No,
This just the look, the way she is. Her
Nick
act.
going off that ass,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And niggas sending blitzes.
Mhm.
And for women to pretend they don't know that's going on is it ain't really real to me. You ever ask a girl like, damn, what's up with that DM though? She be like, nobody wanna be in my DM. Like, you got 600,000 followers. You talking about you nobody wanna be in your DM, and you showing your ass all day. Why would you say that answer to me? Nobody wanna be in your DM.
Right.
Yeah.
I know 6 niggas that slid in your DM. We just ain't telling you this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
Pause that real fast.
Mm.
I do like the point that it just made, you know what I mean, about niggas blitzing. You know what I mean? Like, you not special, mama. You know what I mean? Like, dudes ain't out here just throwing hooks. They casting nets. It's a numbers game. So if you in a relationship and you considering stepping out here in these streets, man, like, if you really want to subject yourself to that, then it is what it is. But you end up ran through and end up losing value playing that game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, bro. That how do they say? One in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
These girls roll around and not have nobody for nothing, because it's crazy. You got people like this out here, who real snipers, like real talk.
Yeah, shit really crazy.
this instinct between that social media shit and real life with relationships. Damn, you answer the DM from fucking Michael Jordan, LeBron James, not LeBron James. These guys, but from an NBA player, like, it was business. All right.
Business.
Yeah,
I see
bitch,
it.
you gonna slam dunk you,
Yeah,
bitch.
you going 360. Look, the thing about a girl workout I see on page, she work out every day. What's the first thing I'm gonna say to her in the DM? Hey, yeah, I need a trainer, such and such. That's just the icebreaker. If she can't determine who in his DM really want
his
to
dick.
Yeah. Let me fly you out to come train me.
Like me, I could tell when a chick trying to use me for some money. Women should be able to at least tell, like, well,
When
nigga in your
trying to
DM
use
trying
you
to
for your
fuck,
mouth.
But what if niggas really needed a trainer though? Like I've listened to this, like, yo, is this why women don't trust men now, because they do shit like this?
Yeah, that's also that's true. That's true. I mean, because they could be looking at it like, yo, this dude just really wants my business now. There's gonna be that paranoia. They're gonna look like, oh, this guy probably just want to get in my panties. Like, in reality, yeah, man, I might want to lose a couple pounds, man. Maybe I got a wedding to attend. Maybe I plan on going on vacation or something. So that's funny.
I feel like that's interesting. That's an interesting thing that he said, because it is kind of like false pretenses, which I understand. Like, if you're spitting game, like, you might have to contrive the shit a little bit, right? Like, like, with some, you come here often type shit. But like, then it's like, okay, well, what if there is a business or something? Then if that's the way that the initiation is made, then technically how is she supposed to know the difference? Like, how is she supposed to know?
I'm calling cat, man. You ain't got no business doing no. What type of business you got to be doing, and what results you think it's gonna yield? That specifies it. You
I'll give
ain't
you
about
two
to
good
do no bread
examples.
with no whatever
I'll give
business
you
you
two good
starting.
examples. One, and the second is gonna be better than the first. The first I'll give is personal trainer. Right? If a woman's a personal trainer, she probably has a pretty nice body, yada yada. Plausible. The second is real estate agents. If you see on Instagram, real estate agents tend to be pretty good looking, right? And one would be remiss, to think that really there's really a clear line between like her, sometimes their personal page or their real estate page. So if someone, I mean, I think this happened in a Sopranos episode, right? The real estate agent wanted to like sell the house to Tony, but they end up like sleeping together anyway or something like that, right? You could easily hit them up and be like, yo, like this house on the market, da da da, and it could literally be false pretenses for something like this. What do you think of that?
I mean, I agree. Like I look at it like, and it's back to Goldie's point. It's like, what business do you really have? That that's that important. Because I keep stressing this hypergamy thing, but it's real. And just to tie it back to your realtor example, it's like, you dealing with a girl, man, and maybe y'all not serious, I don't know, but you dealing with a girl and she got a millionaire is ready to do some business with her. Maybe this guy is in a better position than you. Maybe you average Joe making $40,000-$50,000, man. I mean, just off rip, his status is going, could possibly pique her curiosity, man, and to hang out a few times or whatever like that. And I'm not saying like this is like typical, but it is possible though. This is definitely something that could happen. And like if like the Sopranos example that you gave, Tony Soprano was a high value dude. He's a mob boss. He's a multimillionaire. So just seeing him flex and look at these expensive houses and just know his stature and just is going to make him more appealing. So if you put yourself in a rough spot if you got your woman she around like high status guys all day every day and you just a regular dude. It might sound insecure, but again, reality is what's real, and you hear the stories all the time.
Mm,
And
If
I'm
a
gonna
nigga
take
trying to
it.
wife,
I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna take it a step further on that Sopranos reference, right? We do gotta remember that Chris hit after Tony nephew. You know what I'm saying?
this is
And
true.
that
This
it
is
also
facts.
loops into the
True.
whole status thing because that's so. Again, was it business or was it attention? That's what I asked myself, and that's a TV show, but it's based on somebody's story. Most things that we see in life are based off of something, right? So,
Yeah, it's interesting.
just because you broke up with another nigga, these niggas in your DM don't mean you got 80 rich niggas trying to wife you. That mean you might got 2 niggas that might try to wife you and 78 niggas that's trying to fuck you.
That's trying to strike you.
Yeah, because they don't know you. To
Like
actually
lightning,
want to
bitch.
and that's the same with me. A lot of people get it confused. Like me, I don't get it confused. Like I never was getting women like this when I ain't had no money.
Mhm.
I never got this much attention and shit like that. So man, it's though that I've been in this position and I get a lot of options and like I don't know what you call it, but as an
Pick of the
entertainer,
litter.
yeah, as an entertainer, you get like a better side with women. A lot of times I be knowing like they ain't really here for me.
Right.
I know they here for what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So while you working at motherfucking Checkers right now, what you tell that nigga Gilly?
No, that
If
nigga
you
was working at
Checkers-
nobody wouldn't be worrying about him.
No,
He'd have
hell.
been a nigga that came home, did 20 years and working at Checkers. Nobody
No
give a fuck
chicks.
about it. No chicks.
No
nobody
niggas.
calling. Nobody checking up on you. Nobody worried about you. Nobody asking you to post
if
some
you
more
would have made them
Instagram.
speeches at Checkers, I still would have posted that shit. On my sons, I would have posted that shit. At Checkers, if you would have made them speeches as a millionaire, I still would have posted on my platform. And I ain't even know
I
you
wasn't
from a
letting him
can
go
of
to
paint.
Checkers though.
He ain't
I'd have
had-
been there. Welcome to Checkers. My
that
name
nigga was
Wallo.
living
May I
in
help you?
his grandma back room. He ain't even had no job. It was worse than Checkers.
No. When he came home, he was selling T-shirts.
I was selling T-shirts. Listen, I took the merch, right?
Yeah.
In that same motherfucking middle room, I was just sitting there. You seen that shit renovated now?
Yeah.
Renovated the whole house. Big
70,
2.6.
70-something thousand.
Big 2.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What-
loyalty
what
too.
the
Like when we
2-6
speaking
mean?
on,
267.
Oh, okay.
see, that's real to me.
What?
Like going back and showing your grandmom appreciation of loyalty, a woman that probably answered 1,000 jail calls for you in
Yes.
prison,
Yes.
kept your foundation of your family together.
Mhm.
How y'all niggas out here buying these bitches colors and all that? Y'all just push your grandmom to the back. My grandmom is my grandma house 1.6 or some shit like that, 1.7.
Mhm.
I'm pushing up. A motherfucker, she called me every day after I bought that house. Thank you, I love you so much. It made my heart get warmer because I've been buying motherfucking shit. Oh yeah, good looking, shot love, bro. Love, yeah, no bitches. You buy a bitch, son, she gonna go get it from the next nigga, go fuck on the next nigga. It don't really matter. So when I did that for my grandma, it gave me a sense of like regaining who I am and what I'm supposed to be fucking doing. That's loyalty. My grandma and my dad, I used to stay over there weekends at the weekend when my mom at work. My mom could be going through a crisis in the hood, trauma, shit like that. My grandma, I'm always taking us in. That's loyalty. I ain't letting no new bitches that been around me 2-3 years come in front of these women. These the queens of my life. My mom, my sister, my grandma. If I ain't got none of that right, how am I gonna be loyal to some chicks? Or how y'all chicks gonna be loyal to me? Y'all can't be loyal to your own fathers or your own brothers or family members. Y'all putting guys in front of all that just for opportunity.
Right.
So me, I can't really understand that. So like I say that like when you see me post my grandma crib on the gram, it ain't showing off. I'm just giving you the recipe.
Yo,
Man,
pause that
get your
real
money,
fast.
man. Buy your mind.
Man, he made a couple of good points right there, man. Made a couple of good ones. And the first one that I wanted to kind of touch on is like when you dealing with a woman, right? Or even a woman that's dealing with a man, and that man or that woman, they don't have a relationship with their family, with their parents. You know what I mean? Unless it's an extreme case, like a super extreme circumstance. Like for me personally, I'm gonna look at it like, yo, how can I expect for you to be loyal to me, right? How can I expect for things to work out with us when like you don't even really have things going on with your family? Like you're disconnected. You're not even dealing with your mom. Like, oh, you and your mom had a disagreement. All right, so now you're not talking to her anymore because you had a small disagreement about something. Maybe she didn't do something for you or whatever. And I've heard cases like that, and I just look at them like, wait, what? So again, I can't expect for you to be loyal to me if you can't even be loyal to like the people that's most important. Like, forget me. Like, how's your relationship with your family first? And women should also again look at guys like that. Like, this dude don't have a relationship with his mom, with his dad, with his family. Again, unless it's an extreme situation, you gotta look at him like, wait, like, how can I expect for him to, be loyal to me? And again, like he doesn't even have a relationship with his family. Like, what's up there? Like, that's a red flag, in my opinion.
Red flag for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Especially like I feel like women that don't have father figures. I mean, of course, right? Like that's really I think the one that stands out. But also I think guys without fathers. Like you even amongst people that I know, guys that I know, it's the guys that really don't have like strong male presence in their midst that I feel like are usually the like most underperforming and the most socially inept. Right. So to your point, Biggs, like people always talk about this being like a screening mechanism for women, right? For females. Do they have a dad? Are they well, I mean, of course they have a dad, but like are they close with their fathers? Do they have a relationship? Were they raised in a single mother household? Um, but even with some guys, that were raised in single mother households, you be seeing them act in some kind of ways that, you'd be like, okay, like I kind of see it. I wonder if that's true to you's experience as well. So I feel like this is something that I've definitely observed more in the last 3 years or so.
Yeah, we all know dudes that, unfortunately was, maybe raised by single moms, and, their life might have ended up a little less than ideal. And I mean, it's still early, like we're young, so there's definitely time to turn things around. But, just that social ineptitude is definitely a thing.
I feel like it's hard to get over.
Mm-hmm.
Hard
Is
to
there
get over that.
is there also room to say that I mean, and I could be going off base, but there's also room to maybe say that not having those things, and a person that's looking for acceptance. I mean, I can't relate to not having those things, but one can imagine that if your parent walked out on you, you didn't have that parent. There's a sense of wanting to feel wanted, or something to that degree. Does that play into that need for attention and spending that money for attention rather than focusing on the people that were actually there for you in the first place, that kind of helped you along in the first place? Women that don't have fathers tend to pick the worst men, right? Dudes that might not have had a good example tend to do everything for women and not really have much, you know, attention put towards like the future or like, their outcomes and stuff like that, because it's all about getting that attention or that instant
Validation.
gratification, that acceptance, that validation is the perfect word, Big. So, is there room to say that also?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That was a great point. That was a great point.
It almost makes it sound sympathetic, right? Like these are really pained people. Like that's a really painful situation when you put it like that. Like there's this existential gap or existential kind of missing component that they act out and kind of self-destruct over. That sounds really bad. Like as if perhaps single motherhood would be the downfall of Western civilization. But who knows?
Hmm.
I'm a crib, and then after that,
Actually, you said you had other points you wanted to make, Biz, right? You wanted to touch on some other things, or
That was pretty much it.
okay.
don't invest your life into no chick you knew 2 years.
Mhm.
You gonna slow your life up about a chick you knew 2-3 years. Things go wrong, you distraught, fuck your whole shit up, and you forgot about, you put her in front of the women that been in front of you. Like my mom answered jail calls for me my whole adult life, never turned her back on me. Sold platters, all that. Ain't no chicks coming in between my mom unless we got like a 10-12 year relationship. We locked in. Ain't no we going off of faith, or in this world it ain't these times of Instagram and social media, it ain't built off of that.
No.
I got people rich before I got my mom and them. Them motherfuckers ain't gonna be in my life forever.
Right.
My mom and them is gonna be there forever. My grandmom is gonna be there till the day she passed away with love on her heart and my name. So I got an understanding of that now that I'm up, because like how we say, like if you live that Checkers, if you work that Checkers and you ask, hey, what's up with Wallow? What the fuck is up with that nigga? That nigga at work somewhere. They said nobody don't really give a
Nobody
fuck.
give a
You
fuck.
pause
When you
that.
get
Pause
up,
that. Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was another great point that he made, and it's talking about like guys blowing their money, on these girls. Man, there's nothing wrong with blowing your money on a girl that you're in a serious relationship with, multiple years, maybe even married. But I've seen situations where a guy might blow money on women, you know what I mean, and ends up broke, loses the girl, and his family is still in the same situation. Whereas he could have taken that money and invested it and better, like his mom's situation or his sister's situation or his brother's situation. Maybe that could have been used towards college tuition, or maybe a car for your mom to get around them. But instead, you blew it on a thrill, you know what I mean, just for the moment. And that's just crazy to think about. Crazy to think about.
Man, I think that might be the worst investment you could possibly make. Like of all things to actually put your money into. It's kind of like my uncle. He kind of has this like African proverb that he talks about. He mentions this so much that it's kind of sickening actually. Good advice though. He says women have two pockets, and one pocket is the one that they dig in when they try to find something that they did for you, and the other one is when what they dig in when they think about what you did for them. And the one that has what they did for you and is always full, and the one that has what you've done for them has a hole in it, so it's always empty. So
Damn.
yeah, right. And he'll always like slap his thighs and be like, "Women have two pockets." Like, but I think it's an interesting metaphor because you know, it, you I can't imagine that any of the money that was spent towards some hoes thrills, bottomless mimosas, bags, whatever the case, like how does that turn back around as far as ROI for the guy, right? Like I feel like it doesn't go very far at all, and it can't, right? They because how can she actually appreciate it, quote unquote, if like another guy will do the exact same thing?
Yeah, I have a rule, right, for guys, man. Never, make sacrifices at your own expense, right? Or if it is at your expense, keep it minimal. Like I know a dude that was in a relationship with a woman. They had a couple of kids, and it got to a point where she was like, "Yo, I need you to, uh, I need you to get a vasectomy," right? So basically, had him neutered, had him snipped. Um, and now they are not together anymore.
Yikes.
So now he has no girls, can't have kids. You know what I mean? It's like,
Ooh.
you should have took a stand and said, absolutely not. We
Was he
going.
cheating at least? And then she was like, "All right, guys, like
I don't even
yeah,
know it to that
the
extent.
specifics, but
But yeah, it should have just been a hard no. And the same would be applied to money, man. Don't be spending your last on nobody.
can't.
Hold on to that. Yeah, you never know when you might need it, man. You need an emergency fund, or again, you need to invest it. You need to do the right thing with it. But
Yeah, except the queens, right? Like
hmm
if I gave my mom my last $5, like I would feel good about that.
oh, absolutely,
Which
hundred
I
percent.
like what he's saying about that, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy because and even when guys are young, like when you first start having these feelings, you kind of stop paying as much attention to the the women around you who maybe you paid even more attention to in your preteen years. By the time you know bride power starts to get a hold of you, I feel like every dollar you really spend in those pursuits are dollars that's being taken away from you know things that you possibly could do for your mom or your sister or her sister, your mom's sisters and things of that nature. So it's really a different paradigm altogether. I wonder if how they can be balanced and if they ever come into balance.
Yeah, definitely.
And me, I'm a good person. I got up. I start worrying about people that I know 1,000% wouldn't have gave a fuck about me if they knew I was broke. So why am I wasting stress cells and time worrying about people that I know only give a fuck about me because the opportunity and the things that I did or can do for them, I learned how to eliminate that shit. I go back to the people that my grandmom to the little Snoop lost his life. I know he died with love on his heart and my name. So I know I got angel in the sky. Ain't nobody died with bitterness. Like it's like that. Like I rather cater to those type people in my life than cater to people who may look lit or may look the best to be around or look like it's a situation. I don't give a fuck about people feelings that I know don't really care about me anymore.
Right.
Mhm.
The album's out.
Yeah, expensive pain.
Expensive pain,
And the
nigga.
pain is extremely expensive.
Huh?
Yeah.
The pain and it's gonna be a little. When you watch this interview, it's gonna be a couple bitches.
I
That's
say you
gonna.
old niggas hating on the young niggas, damn.
Yeah, we can go ahead and stop it there. Yeah, I mean, did you fellas have anything else that y'all wanted to add?
Yeah, I think I'll do like a roundabout in conclusion, from my point of view at least. And I just think, as young men, as growing men, as men that are on their purpose, like we got to be very, very intentional. And part of that is staying away from, the type of Jones that we kind of discussed over the course of this conversation. Like, a lot of these chicks, man, they ain't got their priorities together. They just outside doing what they do. And if you get caught in a crossfire, like Meek kind of mentioned, like, you spending bread on the joint, you barely know. She up and leave you. Now you out of your bread, you out of your paper, you out of your time. And it might just even tug on your heart depending on how deep you let it get. So, it's like you gotta stay away from them type of chicks and that type of energy.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Closing remarks for me, basically piggybacking off of what Goldie mentioned, man. Guys, you can't be investing your time and energy and money into things that don't bring you no benefit. And probably the most you know, the most tempting to do that with is with the women folk, right? But it almost never pays, right? You have to be very strategic about who you're spending your time with, when that time is being spent, how that relationship's going to move forward, right? Like this is a process. And otherwise, it could just be money down the drain, or time down the drain, and that's like the last thing you want as a young guy. So keep your heads on straight, and stay woke out here.
Yeah, and wise words from my comrades, man, for sure. All I have to say is, protect your neck out here, man, and be smart. Take your time and really think these decisions through. But with all that said, that's been our episode. Some really good gems there. Hopefully, y'all got something from it. We appreciate y'all rocking with the few. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe, and we are out.